Have you ever wondered why the divine swears by fruits and mountains? What secret lies in the fig, the olive, and the Mount Sinai? And above all, what is it that makes the human being the noblest of all creation, yet capable of falling lower than beasts? Hidden in Surah At-Tin is not merely a message, but a mystical map of your soul's descent and ascension. It is the mirror that reflects the journey from divine potential to human tragedy and back again. But to unlock its secrets, we must see not just with our eyes, but with the heart of the seeker. Verse number 1, by the fig and the olive. The Sufi masters often teach that when Allah swears an oath, it is not to impress, but to direct your attention to a hidden reality. In this case, the fig and the olive are not just fruits, they are symbols of inner states. The fig represents the outer self, the body and desires. It is sweet, soft, and easily perishable. Just like the nafs, ego, which seeks pleasure but is easily corrupted. The olive, on the other hand, gives oil, light. It symbolizes the ruh, the spirit within. The olive tree is evergreen and resilient, a metaphor for the soul that is illuminated with divine light. Sufi would say, you have two gardens, one of the earth and one of the spirit. The fig feeds the body, the olive feeds the flame of your inner lamp. So this verse invites us to reflect. Which part of us do we nourish? The fig or the olive, the fleeting or the eternal? Verse number 2. And by Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai is not just a mountain, it is the place of divine encounter. The Sufi sees it as the symbol of the moment when the soul awakens, when the veils are lifted and the inner Moses, peace be upon him, hears the call, indeed, I am your Lord. Mountains in the Quran often represent the soul's journey toward elevation. They are silent witnesses of divine secrets. In Sinai, where Moses received revelation, is the mountain of the covenant. Sufi poets speak of the Mount of the Heart, where every lover of God receives their own command, come nearer. So when God swears by Sinai, he swears by your inner potential to rise, to ascend beyond the material world and hear the whispers of eternity. Verse number 3, and by this secure city, Mecca. The secure city, Mecca, is the symbol of the heart, the sanctum where the divine presence descends. In Sufi tafsir, the Kaaba is not just in Mecca, it is within you. Your heart is the sacred house if you cleanse it. As one Sufi said, circumambulate your heart, for that is where the beloved dwells. The secure city is the soul at peace, where ego is slain and only divine security remains. So God swears by the fig, the body, the olive, the spirit, the mount, the moment of awakening, and the secure city, the purified heart. These are the 4 stages of spiritual development leading up to the greatest of all creations. Verse number 4. We have certainly created the human being in the best of stature. Here comes the divine revelation of human potential. Not just creation, but the best of forms. Ibn Arabi, the great master of unity, says, insan, human being, is the mirror in which the divine gazes upon himself. The best of stature is not merely physical. It refers to the spiritual architecture of the human being. Intellect, soul, heart, and spirit all align to become a perfect reflection of divine names. You, O seeker, are not merely flesh and blood. You are the breath of God, a walking mosque, a cosmic axis, a being through whom the universe becomes conscious of the divine. But this lofty position has a condition, alignment with truth. If this alignment breaks, verse number 5, then we returned him to the lowest of the low. How tragic, how the mighty fall, not because of fate, but choice. When the human being turns away from the fig's balance, the olive's light, the mountain's call, and the heart's sanctity, they descend into animalistic existence. Lower than cattle, as the Quran elsewhere says. Why? Because animals have no capacity for transcendence, but humans who deny their soul are consciously blind. The Sufis call this descent the nafs al-amara, the commanding ego that drags the soul downward. But even in this lowest state, the story is not over. There is a door, verse number 6. Except those who believe and do righteous deeds, for they will have a reward never ending. Here is the Sufi's path of return. Faith iman is not lip service. It is direct vision of the truth. And righteous deeds are not mere rituals. They are acts flowing from awakened love. Those who live with sincerity, presence, and love, who purify the heart and act in remembrance, are lifted back to their original stature or beyond. The reward is nonstop because the soul that connects to the infinite never runs dry. The seeker becomes the beloved's mirror, eternally reflecting divine light. Verse number 7. So what then makes you deny the final judgment? Now the tone becomes intimate. God is speaking to you. After knowing your high origin and your fall, what delusion makes you deny the accounting? What veil covers your heart? Sufis interpret Deen here not just as judgment day, but the entire spiritual law, the way, the path, the inner alignment with divine harmony. What makes you turn away from your soul, from your purpose, from the call of the fig, the olive, the mountain, and the sacred city within? The ego, perhaps, or the dunya, or forgetfulness. But even then, verse number 8, is not God the most just of judges? This final verse is not a threat. It is a reassurance. O heart that is broken and bewildered, don't despair. The one who made you, who saw you fall, and who calls you back, he is the wisest of all judges. He knows the secrets of your struggle. He knows your longing, and he will never waste a single tear shed in longing for him. Rumi writes, come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. It doesn't matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. So yes, he is the wisest judge and the most merciful beloved. And now you know the map, the fig, the olive, the mountain, and the heart. You were made in beauty. You fell into forgetfulness, but the path home is always open. Final reflections. Dear seeker, this surah is not just to be recited. It is to be lived. It is a mirror to your soul. If it moves something inside you, don't let the flame die. Share this light. Reflect on your inner fig and olive. Climb your own Mount Sinai. Make your heart a Mecca, and return to your finest form, your original face before the world told you who to be. Subscribe to Divine Mysteries Unveiled. Comment below. What part of this surah awakens something in you? Share this with a fellow soul seeker who's ready to return to the path.